Hello and welcome to Itbonendut, Jewish Psychology. Our issue today is why sometimes things are going well. My life generally are all right. I don't have any major issues in life, but still I am suffering. I feel bad with myself, with life. I cannot say that I'm full of enthusiasm and happiness and I enjoy life. Something is like bothering me emotionally. What is this thing and how can we get out of it? How can we overcome these situations? There are sometimes in life we are facing an issue. We have problem with something, problem with at work, we got fired, problem with our marriage, problem with our children, problem with our health. We have some kind of a problem that we have to face. We have to change, rectify something in our life. But there are times that everything is real okay. Everything are real okay. Our marriage is great. We do not have, enthusiasm. We remember the love that we had, but still it's okay. Nothing serious. No really major fights that we have in our marriage. The children are okay. They develop, they grow, they do their things. Everything is okay. I don't have problems at work. The opposite. I have a good, I'm making my money, I'm doing everything all right, I'm succeeding, everything goes just well. But still, there are always few things, small, minor things, issues that I want to improve in my life. But I know that there are small things. Still, they are not the reason for why I am feeling so bad with myself. And it's very hard to explain this suffering that I'm suffering. Sometimes it's a bit of anxiety, a bit of sadness, a bit of depression. I'm lacking of happiness. I'm complaining all of the time. I have moods. My emotions are changing rapidly. Why does it happen? What's the reason for that? And how can I change it? First of all, relax. It's so natural. It's so natural to have it. It's even not natural to be happy when to be really happy, to really enjoy life, to have enthusiasm and to feel that I'm in my place when I do not. When everything is going great, it's very hard to accompany it with good emotions. Why? This is the question why. In order to understand why, things could go great and still I could have bad time and suffer, we have to understand a little bit more our emotions. The emotions are the one that in charge on if things are good to me or bad, if I feel good or if I feel bad. If I have good emotions, then I feel good. Bad emotions, undesirable, negative emotions, then I feel bad. What does it mean negative emotions in this sense? Desirable emotions, good emotions are emotions, first of all, they are changing rapidly. They are very fragile. Desirable emotions, they listen to the mind. What does it mean? The mind shows me, direct me to see life like everything is good. And if the emotions follow the mind, they listen to the mind, what is the result? That I feel good. And if the emotions know how to subject themselves, to subdue themselves to the mind, what's the result is, even if I cannot see the goodness in my life, even if I cannot see the whole picture and still I think, things are terrible, if I will just change my mindset, I can see things differently, then my emotions will act differently and they will not overcome the mind and now they will lead me. They will be the engine that lead my life. What do we say? Whenever my emotions listen to the mind or they subject themselves to the mind or they let the mind to navigate through life, what does it mean? Mind, I see things. I know that life is good for me and everything is going well. So, okay, I have small issues. This is not a reason to feel bad, to suffer, to have anxiety. Those things that I know myself that I will overcome them, that I will deal with them in the best way that I can, and everything will be all right. But this is not the reason for why I'm suffering. So there is another. I'm suffering. There is another road that I'm taking, which is that the emotion does not subdue themselves. They does not subject themselves to the mind. They are independent. They want to control the mind. This is the opposite thing. What does it mean they want to control the mind? They want the mind to listen to them and to do whatever they want. If you ever met somebody that is suffering from some kind of anxiety or depression, or he is angry, you try to explain to him that life, there is a broader picture, there are broader things, you can see things differently, and it's very hard to him. He's some kind of obsessed with his own thoughts, with his narrow thoughts. It's very hard. Why? The thoughts are only the place that my emotions illuminates in. So it's like my emotion control the thoughts and not the mind. What's the result? The emotions are so strong. The emotion that controls me are so strong. And even though I am living good life and I can convince myself and I can see that everything is great in my life, everything works just well, still I'm suffering because the emotions do not subject themselves to the mind. The emotions want to be independent, to illuminate without the mind interfering in between. You do not tell me that everything is good in my life. You won't tell me that. I know things are bad, I'm suffering, I'm a victim. Don't tell me that everything is great, because it's not, even though I know in my mind they are. I do not want, the emotions does not want to listen to the sound of logic, to the real picture. And the major question is why? Why the emotions does not want to listen to the mind? Why do they do not want to subject themselves? And the answer is that the emotions want to be themselves. It means they want to be realized. They want to feel like an independent entity. They want to feel that I'm alive. It's like I want to be, and I am being only when I feel. So the emotions don't want the mind to minimize it. They want to be very strong and to control strong and to spread their illuminations and to be the one that controls my life. You do not tell me not to be angry. I will be angry. And I convince myself, use the mind instead of the mind navigate the emotions. The emotion use the mind in order to convince myself that it's good. I'm miserable. Everything is bad. I'm a victim of life. Things does not go in the right direction for me, even though I know they are. So whenever the emotions does not listen to the mind and they find themselves their independent trajectory and they want to minimize the power, the illumination of the mind in my life, and you do not give me the right glasses to see that the reality is great and I have so many opportunities. Everything is closed. The door are closed for me. And what happens to this kind of emotions? They now illuminate in such a strong way in my life, in my body. So I feel bad. It doesn't matter to the external objective reality. Everything is subjective according to their emotions. And it's all because of my egocentric point of view, the emotions makes me egocentric. Whenever I feel, I exist. And when I exist, it's all about me. And whenever someone is existing, it's like existing in the sense we all exist, existing in the sense that is egocentric, that is in the middle, is always lacking of something. He needs something that it does not have. This is a part of our inner way of living. When I'm in the middle, I feel like I'm absence of something. Rabbi Nachman of Breslev says that in a beautiful way. He says, like the evil inclination goes between human being and his hand is closed. And he says, what you really want is in this hand. And every person is imagining that what he is craving for, the things that he really lasts for, what he really wants is in this hand. And then he takes everyone with him. And when they come with him, he opens his hand and there is nothing in it. And all the voices in the world, all the voices come from my absence, from the place that I feel that I need something and I do not have it. Where does tiredness come from? From the thought that I need to be in another place. I need to do something else. I'm not in my place. Whenever I'm in my place, I do not feel tiredness. I feel that I'm doing the right thing to do. So the undesirable, the negative emotions that bring me to a place that I feel bad with myself or suffering, even though that everything is good around me, convince me to think that there is absence of something in my life. If I have money, I need meaning. I don't have meaning. If I have meaning, I'm lack of appreciation. If I have appreciation, I feel I'm lack of love. If I have love, I feel that I'm lack of something else that I could be. And I became young. I'm young. I became old. Doesn't matter what. So the result, what we need to take out of this idea, how could it be that we suffer, we feel bad, even though everything goes well, is that the external reality does not really affect us if we do not govern with our mind on our emotions. Because when our mind does not govern, does not lead our emotions, the emotions wants to portray another picture of my life. And if I am governing, I am leading my emotions, my mind is leading my emotions, because in my mind I can choose. That's the place that I can choose. I cannot choose how to feel. I can choose how to see things, how to contemplate. How can I change my mindset? I cannot choose how to feel. But when I choose how to see things, then I change my emotions and I change my thoughts. So when my emotions control my mind and my mind is weak and not strong enough to navigate my emotions, that's when it could be that I feel bad even though everything is good. And when my mind controls and navigates my emotions, that's when even if I have a bad view on life, I can change it, because that's the place when I can change my mindset. I can change the way I see things. Somebody will come, will explain to me how to see life, and I will make a change. But if my emotions controls me, I cannot make this change. So what should we do? There are plenty of ways to change. Our main mission is to weaken our emotion and to let our mind control it. And there are all kinds of ways that we are dealing with in this channel that we can do that. First, working on our thoughts. When I control my thoughts, I control my emotions. I do not let undesirable emotions like anxiety, like thinking what will happen, to control my life. Second, building meaning. When I have meaning, that's when emotions do not control me, because the meaning, my life mission, is more important than what I feel in this moment. Because it's not about emotions, it's about meaning, it's about what the world needs for me. And there is also this trajectory of nullify myself. I'm not in the middle. Whenever I'm not in the middle and I don't think about myself all of the time, that's when I can connect to others. And another trajectory is to weaken our emotions through learning, through developing our mind. The more our mind is growth, mind, it's not a mind that tries to solve mathematics problems. It's a mind that asks, what's the real proof over here? How things should be? What's the real way I should act? It's the mind that asks questions and takes me out of this place of when I victimize myself and I always think that I deserve something else that I do not get, and I'm feeling the absence of the thing that I really want. That's why I'm not in my place. And when I want to be in another place and I am here, I'm suffering of some kind of stress, anxiety. I want to be there. I'm here. So there is a gap where I am and where I want to be. But what we really need to know, that you cannot change this way that the soul manifests itself, illuminates in the body, without inner work, without contemplating, without understanding the emotions. Only when you understand the emotions, you can do that. The Alter Rebbe says in chapter 30, the Tanya, he says, really? It's a very hard war. It's a huge war that you have to work on yourself in order to break those undesirable emotions, to break the evil inclination that you have in you, because you have to to wake up every morning and to ask yourself, am I on the right trail? Am I governing my emotions? Do I develop my mind, the way I see life, the question that I ask? And if you do not do this work, you won't succeed. But if we are doing this work, the salary, what we get out of it, the results are so sweet, and they are in cash. You get them. Okay, Jewish psychology, you're more than welcome to subscribe to our channel. And to grow, we want to start a weekly lesson, like learning together. If you think that this is something that you could make interest of, or I think it's a good thing in order that I will speak with you and we'll have interaction. If you think that it's a good idea, you are more than welcome to join our WhatsApp group. You have the link down below the video, and see you at the next Jewish contemplation.